Yesterday, I believe we started with the introduction of Microsoft Excel. So, first, by default, could you tell me how can I check the version of Excel? What is the version of Excel we are all using? I want to check what is the version. How do we check it? File, and then we have to go to account. Under account, you can see what is the version of Excel. Below that, you can see the subversion 2605. And then on the top where we can see your file name and your software name available. This is called as title bar. Very good. Left hand side of the title bar, there are 3 or 4 buttons available, which we call it as quad, quick access toolbar. Below the quad, this whole area put together, we call it as ribbons. On the ribbon, the first item file, which we call it as office button. Excellent. Home, insert and page layout are all tabs. A special tab will appear whenever you do some new things. Contextual tab. Below this tab, this clipboard, font, alignments are all groups. Corner of the group, there is a small arrow. When you click on the arrow, a new dialog box will launch. That's called as dialog box launcher. And all the other items available here, we call it as comments. Could you tell me how can I hide or unhide a ribbon here? I want to hide the ribbon. There are 2 methods. Either you can use the mouse and you can make a double click on it. A double click for hiding or unhiding. What's the another method? Control F1. Control F1 is the shortcut key for hiding. Some keyboards, the Control F1 may not work straight away. You have to press Control Function F1. Could you tell me how can I switch off that function key? Function Escape. Very good. And one more shortcut key for hiding everything. I want to hide everything here. Control Shift F1. Very good. And then you can see here this A1 where we can see our column names A, B, C, D, and this is our row names where the rows and columns are meeting. We call it as cells. There are 10,48,576 rows and 16,384 columns. Could you tell me how do we check how many rows and columns are available in one Excel sheet? How can I check it? Go to the topmost leftmost corner and there is a small triangle. Click and hold it. When you click and hold, you will see how many rows and how many columns. But there is a logic behind why we have this much of rows and columns. The reason is 2 to the power of 14. Why 14? It's because it's a 14th version. And 2 to the power of 20 because it's a 20th release. Very good. And how can I go to the very last cell on my row is control down arrow, which will go to the last row. Control right arrow, which will go to the last column. Could you tell me how can I change this column number? Instead of the column alphabet, I want to change it as a column number. File, options, then file options, formulas. Under formulas, you can see there is a checkbox called as R1C1 reference time. If I enable this, then the column will be in a number rather than alphabet. So I recommend not to select it, uncheck it, and I say okay. How do I go to the very first cell from the last? I want to move to the very first. Control home. Very good. I'm going to go to the next page downwards. Downwards, next page is page down, page down. You can use the shortcut key page down, which will go to the next page. Downwards, page down, page down, page down. Page up will go to the previous page. Function page up, page down. How do you go to the next page on the right side? Alt page down. Alt page down will go to the next page on the right. Alt page up will go to the previous page on the left side. And on the bottom, this area where we can see the arrow mark, that is called as sheet tab. How can I move from one sheet to another sheet is using the shortcut key. How do we move to one sheet to another sheet? Control page down will go to the next sheet. Control page up will go to the previous sheet. But how do we jump from one sheet to another? From the first, I want to go to 10th straight away. You can make a right click on the sheet tab. If you make a right click on the sheet tab, it will show you all the list of sheets. You can select the sheet and you can go to that particular sheet. And there is one more method. When you go to the status bar, could you tell me how can I display? I want the sheet number. How many sheets are available? What is the current sheet? I want to display the sheet number. So what we have to do is we have to make a right click on the status bar and then we can enable this option called as sheet number. But there is one more option to navigate to a particular sheet. So you can just go here and make a click. On the right hand side, the navigation option will open. Here also you can navigate to a particular sheet. Or one more method is, even you can go to the tab called as view. Under the tab of view, you can see the navigation. And we have another method where you can see the workbook statistics. Right click and where we can see the workbook statistics, which will show you how many rows, how many cells, how many values are there, how many formulas are there. But before that, I forgot one thing. How do we insert a new sheet, fresh new sheet? Shift F11 is the shortcut key for inserting a new sheet. Very good. When I select some range of cells, it will show you some formula, average, sum, count, maximum. But I want other formulas also, so I can make a right click here and you can enable the formula. I think you know the difference between count and numerical count. Count will count everything, whereas a numerical count will count only the numbers. But even you can copy and paste this value also. I selected some cells and I can copy this number and I can go here and I paste this number in some other cell. That value will get pasted. And normal view, page layout view, page break preview is arranging the page setup and taking a printout. And this plus and minus is the zoom sliders. Or you can use the control scroll up, scroll down, or even you can use the touchpad to increase the zoom percentage, decrease the zoom percentage. Or we have a shortcut key also. I think shortcut key, there is some bug, it is not working fully. What is the shortcut key? Control Alt plus, Control Alt plus and Control Alt minus. And after this first session, we have discussed about the fill handle. Whenever you type something and press enter, my cursor will go to the next cell. But I want the cursor to be in the same cell. Control enter. And we have three types of icon. One is the doctor symbol. Another one is the four header with the arrow mark. Another one, when you go to the bottommost rightmost corner, there is a plus symbol. When I type Jan and drag it, January, February. When I type Sunday and drag it, Monday, Tuesday. When I type first and drag it, second, third. But when I type one and drag it, you will display only one. But I want 1, 2, 3. I think we have 3 or 4 methods. First method is type 1 and 2, go to the corner and drag it. Second method, hold the control key and drag it. Third method, type 1 and go to the corner and drag it. You can see a small tag is appearing. You can go here and you can make it as fill series. But I want to fill it from 1 to 5,000. The easiest method instead of dragging. What is the easiest method to fill it from 1 to 5,000? Go to Home tab. Under Home tab, you have an option called as Fill. Under Fill, we have an option called as Series. How do you want to fill the series? Whether you want to fill it by row wise or column wise, step value and stop value. So yesterday you did it for 1 to 5,000. But how can I go to the last row? Control down arrow, control up arrow. How can I select it from top to bottom? Control shift down arrow. But I want to go to the first cell and last cell without removing the selection. Control dot. Very good. Now I have your company name in 3 different cells or 4 different cells. I want to combine this and I want to make it as one cell. Could you tell me how can I combine all the 3 cells and make it as one? You can use concatenate, but before that the best method is justify. But before justifying you have to do something. Extend the column width. But what will happen if we decrease the column width and justify? It will get separated in different columns. Very good. And then we have seen how to enter a date, 01 and June and 2026. But I want to change the date format. We have a shortcut key for format cells. What is the, shortcut key for right clicking? Could you tell me what is the shortcut key for right click? Shift F10. And if you want to go to format cells, you can use F for going to the format cells. Or straight away you can go to the format cells by by pressing Control 1. And you can use the arrow marks, left arrow, right arrow. If you are able to find the highlighted letter, you can use that highlighted letter. Underlined letter, you can use the underlined letter. If the letter is not underlined, first letter. Very good. Then we have seen our own conditional, our own customized format here. And then to get the current date, but I want the current date, the shortcut key for getting the current date is Control semicolon. But I don't want this date format manually change. I want a shortcut key for changing the date format. We had 6 shortcut key. Control Shift 1 is used for number with 2 decimals. Control Shift 2 time format. Control Shift 3 4 and 5 is for percentage. And one more, Control Shift tilde, which is for remove the decimal places. Very good. Type the date only if the decimal is 0. Excellent. When you type the date and go to the corner and drag it, date will get updated. But I want the date should not update. I want the months and years and weekdays. Then you can click here and you can change days, weekdays, months and years. Weekdays is only Monday to Friday. Control semicolon will show you date. Control shift semicolon will give you the time. And two more functions we have did is one is equal to today. You can see, you can notice here, yesterday we used control semicolon, still it displays 22nd. But today the date is getting updated. It has updated to 23. And there is one more function equal to now, which will update the date as well as the timing. But how can I update the timing manually? There is a shortcut key for updating your timings. F9. Whenever you press the key called as F9, your time will get updated. I think then you did a task. How to fill it by month wise, how to fill it by quarter wise, how to fill all the Mondays. All the Mondays has to be filled. This part you did it. After this part is over, we have seen a small AI tool here. I want to separate only the first letter. I want to separate only the initials. So you have to give some example, indicate some example to Excel. While indicating the example, you have to put the example on the next immediate column, and the example should be case sensitive. And after giving out one or two example, we have to use the feature called as control E. That feature name is flash filling. Very good. And this flash fill can be used only for, not only for separating. You can change it to uppercase, you can change it to text, you can change it to number, anything. And even you can go to home tab, fill, there is flash fill, or data, flash fill also. But I want a 0 to be prefixed before a number. By default, Excel will not prefix a 0 before a number. So you have to press Control 1 and you have to type, suppose I want 6 digits as a numerical values, and how many zeros has to be entered? 50 and then hash. Very good. So then after this, you did a task. You did how to separate something here. Then you did a task. How can I combine it? Flash fill is not only used for separating, it is used for combining. And you did some task in flash fill also. After this, now based on the number of customer, I want to calculate what is the contribution margin. Select the customer name. Then I want the percentage to be calculated on the right hand side. How can I calculate the percentage? Control Q, quick analysis. Under quick analysis, you have an option called as totals. There are two types of sum, average and count. One is by row wise, another one is by column wise. And you can select here whether you want it by row wise or column wise. Same like you can find the running total also. So based on this, you did a small task here, row wise and column wise percentages. Could you tell me how can I select the entire column? Any shortcut key to select the entire column? Control space bar. And rows? Shift is. What happens if I press all the three? Entire table. Once again, entire sheet will get selected. Then we have selected the range. Then we have gone to Control Q and we went to formatting, greater than, and we have given some color here based on the condition. But very few, only one conditions are available. If you want to apply multiple condition, go to Home tab, conditional formatting. But tell me, how can I go to this Home tab, conditional formatting without using mouse? Alt, and you have to follow that highlighted letter. Using that, then we have seen how to modify the conditional formatting, how to delete the conditional formatting, how to put the duplicate values, how to find the duplicate values, how to remove the duplicate values. Before removing, could you tell me how do we select the entire table? What is the best method? There are several methods, but the best method is Control Shift 8. Very good. Then we can go to data, remove duplicates. Then we have seen how to find the top 10, bottom 10. Then we have seen how to put the data bars, color scales, icon sets. Even based on this, you did many tasks here, highlighting some last week, this week, top 10, bottom 10, negatives, positives, data bars, icon sets. How can I bring a emojis like this? Control dot. Windows dot. Very good. Windows dot. Then we have seen that next one is about select the range. I want to draw a mini chart. Then you can press Control Q and you can go to spark lines. Three types of spark line spark line, column spark line, win and loss spark line. We can draw the spark line. On the right side, a spark line will be created. On the top, you will be getting a spark line contextual tab. High point, low point, negative points, colors can be highlighted. 0th position, I want to draw a line. You can see something like show access. And but control Q will draw the line only on the next column. But how do we draw the line in some other area? Control Q will draw the line only in the next column. I want insert spark lines. You can go to insert, you can click on the spark line will be created in some other area. And final, last one we have seen about XLOOKUP. Three things are required in XLOOKUP. One is the lookup value, second one is the lookup array, third one is the return array. So we have a XLOOKUP. The advantage of XLOOKUP is no need for remembering the row numbers, column number. XLOOKUP will work from left to right. XLOOKUP will work from right to left also. And in between we have seen one more. We can insert inside a cell. We can insert some pictures inside a cell. We can insert some checkbox like this also. Based on the checkbox, we can do some conditional formatting also. I hope if my memory is right, I hope we have covered all the topics. So the entire 8 hours, just we have recapped within 20 or 30 minutes. So before moving on to today's session, yes, any doubts, questions, queries? Yes, of what we learned yesterday. Today we are going to see the next level of lookups. After lookup is over, we are going to see one more function called as filter function. And then what if analysis, forecasting, pivot tables. Pivot table is another vast concept where it will take at least 3 to 4 hours to cover entire pivot. Pivot table is a very Any questions, queries before moving to today's session? No? Clear? So shall we move on? Very good. So let us move to the today's session. I think we have completed till exercise number 11. When I opened the file, you can see it's showing some message for me today morning when I opened it first time. It is showing some message like security warning, automatic update of the link has been disabled or enabled content. What it means is, yesterday we got some, using the XLOOKUP, we got the data from some other file. It's asking, do you want to enable the content? The content is coming from some other file, do you want to enable it? Of course, we have to enable it, but here it says automatic update of the link is disabled. But I don't want to do it every time. I want the link should happen automatically. So first you can enable it now. And where is this link? Where can I find this link? So I want to know where this data is linked, in which file it has linked. Go to the tab called as data. Under the tab of data, if I go to the tab of data, below the data tab, you can see there is an option called as workbook links. So click on the data tab. Below the data tab, there is an option called as workbook links. Here it shows in which workbook it has linked. So yesterday from the master workbook, you can see it has linked here. So it has linked. If you don't want that link, you can refresh, you can break the link, or you can even refresh the link. Refresh the link means whenever you make some changes, by default it will get updated automatically. If you want to update it manually, you can use this refresh all, or you can break it also. If I don't want the link, I want to send the file to someone else. So I don't want to send the source data. I want to send only this file, means you can break the link and you can send it. So there is one more option also available. You can go to the 3 dotted. Here also you can see there is an option of breaking the link, changing the source, and copy links and open the workbooks. Okay. As I indicated, whenever I open the file, it's asking me to refresh. So instead, there is a, you can see there is a gear symbol. Go to the gear symbol and there is an option available. Always refresh the link whenever you open the file. I don't want, every time it is asking, whenever I open the file, it is asking, do you want to enable the link, enable the link. I don't want this to be happen. I want my data should get refreshed automatically. You can see there is a settings here. Under the settings, there is an option, always refresh, so that your data will get refreshed automatically. No need for every day whenever I open the file, click on refresh and do it. So it will make always refresh here. Okay. And another small tip which I want to share, which will be very useful during the presentation. Not only in the Excel training, it will be useful for everything. Suppose you are presenting a data. When I come there and when I'm viewing your screen, sometimes your screen size, your screen resolution is very small, or when you are presenting something in a meeting like this or anywhere else, when you present it, your screen size to be very small. I want to present it, I want to zoom it. I don't know whether you have noticed it. Yesterday, I'm zooming the screen. So there are two methods to do it on your keyboard. When you are doing it for the very first time, it will be little bit slower. Second time, it will be faster. Next time, it will be faster. On your keyboard, there is a Windows key. Hold the Windows key plus. Windows plus. That's all. Very simple. Just press Windows plus. Your screen will be zoomed. You can see Windows. Furthermore, you can use Windows plus, Windows plus, Windows plus. And one more advantage, Windows minus to reduce the zoom. If you move your cursor, you can see the zooming will move accordingly. So you can use this Windows plus to zoom it and zoom down. This will be very useful during a presentation. When you are presenting your file, when you are showing some reports to others, you can use this Windows plus. And Windows minus for reducing the zoom. But I hope you would have noticed, after pressing Windows plus for the first time, you can see a small magnifier symbol will get activated, correct? In my system, it's not available because already I have minimized it. You can see a small magnifier, like a magnifier or lens or magnifier symbol will appear. Click on the magnifier symbol, then minimize this. So there will be a magnifier menu appearing like this. Just to put minimize here. So now it will be very faster. Now if I press Windows plus, Windows minus, increase the zoom, decrease the zoom. This you can do it in any tool. It's not only in Excel. You can use it while you are presenting your data. It can be in Excel. It can be in mail, PDF, Word, PowerPoint, any tool. Okay. So Windows plus and Windows minus. One more advantage. When I press Windows plus, first press Windows plus. After using this Windows plus, I want to put a magnifier or a lens for a particular area. I want to put a magnifier. So lens, Control Alt L. You can see particular area there will be a lens. You can see a particular area will have a lens. First Windows plus. Without doing Windows plus, if you press Control Alt L, you will not see any differences. There will be small rectangle symbol. That's all. First to press Windows plus, then Control Alt L. Lensing. This is used for lensing. A particular area you can see it's lensed. To come back again out of this lens, Control Alt F. Control Alt F will come out of the lens. It returns back to the zooming again. Again, it comes back to the zoom. First Windows plus, then press Control Alt L for lensing, Control Alt F for closing the lens. Okay. Right. These are all the common tips. It's not only for Excel. These are all the common tips. Yes. Let us move on to exercise number 12. Exercise number 12. We have application ID, application date, loan product code, exception code. First, let me go to the next sheet. If I go to the next sheet, next sheet is the immediate next sheet after 12, where I can see there is a column available called as loan category. Loan category, loan product name, loan product code, loan product description, and I want the branch location, scheme reference number, scheme launch date, active applications, minimum target application, and interest rate. Okay. Now, for example, I want to bring the product name here. What is the loan product name. So I want to bring the loan product name here. So based on something, I want to get the loan product name. Could you tell me what could be the reference, based on which reference I can get the product name here? Product code, loan product code. You know what is the function we are going to use? Same function which we did yesterday, that is our X lookup. But here you will face a small challenge in the X lookup. Let us first write the function. I'm going to write the function. Most of you are aware, yesterday we did it. Once again, I'm going to do it here. Equal to XL. Could you tell me how can I fill this XL? Tab key. And what could be the first one? Lookup value, which we have to select now? Loan product code, then comma, then go to the next sheet, master sheet. How can I go to the master sheet? It's a next immediate sheet. You can use control page down to go to the next sheet, or you can use the mouse and you can select the product code. Now tell me which I have to select now. Product code. Can I select the entire column like this? You have to select only the range. With the heading or without heading is your wish, but follow the same thing for selecting both the input as well as the output. So let me select this lookup array is my product code location. I selected the product code location, comma, then I select the product name here. So we are selecting the product name. So product code as well as we are selecting the product name. Yes, X lookup, open bracket, the reference is product code, comma, the location lookup array is the product code array, comma, return array is the product name. And I close the bracket. Now I press enter or a control enter. We got the product code here. For this first product, this is the product name. And I go to the corner and I make a double click on it. And I'm going to the corner and I'm going to copy this on the bottom. When I copy this on the bottom, we are getting some errors. There are some errors. So why there is an error? How to solve the error? In old version, of course, you have to put some dollars or anything. Latest version, that's not required. We'll see both. We'll see two solutions. But basically, why it is throwing error? When I come down, in the last row, some rows, I'm getting some errors. Why are we getting the errors at the last? So here, last session, when I got this employee master, what has happened is when I write this formula in employee master, what VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP has happened is for the employee table, it has automatically inserted some dollars. You can see the dollar is automatically inserted. When I'm getting the data from some other file, dollar is automatically inserted by lookup. But when you are getting the data from the same file, you can see in the exercise number 12, there is no dollars available here. There is no dollars. So if there is no dollars, what's happening is, when I come down G10 to G50, F10 to F50, when I come down, the G10 is turning into G11. Here F10, F11. Similarly here, G12, G13. So the first product name, it is searching from the first row. Second product name, it is searching from the second row. Third, it's searching from the fourth. So it goes like this. Some other product, it will search only from, for example, in the error area. Let me go to the error area here. It is searching only from F50. It is starting the searching from F50. F50, my table is almost ended, F50. From here, it is searching. So that's why we are getting an error. So if you are using old version of Excel, what we have to do it is, if you are using the old version, go to the formula, select this G10 to G50, select both. I think yesterday also we did it. Inserting or removing the dollars. Could you tell me what is the shortcut key for inserting or removing the dollars? F4. Just press F4 once. For the lookup array, press F4 once. Same for the return array also, another F4. For both, you have to use the F4 to apply the dollars. Apply the dollars for the G10 to G50. Apply the dollars to F10 to F50. Now copy this. Now enter it and I copy this. So we are getting it without the error. We are getting it without the error. But I don't recommend this. This is what we will do it in a older part. Older version of Excel, we can do this. But latest version. What XLOOKUP as of now or what VLOOKUP will do is, suppose there is a first product name, it will TWL001. It will go to the product code and it will search where is the T001. It will search it in the entire part master here and post it here. Similarly, it will search the second product. It will go there and search it and post it. Third product, it will go there and search it and post it. It will take much time. Here the data is very small, only for 80 or 90 rows. Suppose you are searching for 1,000 and lakhs of rows, it will slow down your system speed because every time it's going to the master, finding the record and posting it. Instead, go once and bring all the details at one stroke. That's always easier, that's always simpler, that's always faster. So let us do that. No need for going every time to the master and searching it. Go only once, search all the data and post straight away here. That's what we are going to do now. Before doing it, I recommend please delete that old formula. If you are not deleting that old formula, you will get something like spill error, because already there is a formula. Or what you do is, instead of deleting it, write the formula in some other area on the right side. Don't write it, overwrite it. If you are overwriting, you will get a spill error. Either delete the formula and write it, or write it in some other area, whichever is convenient. Let me delete the formula. I'm deleting the formula. Now watch here. I'm going to write the formula here. Very simple. Equal to XLOOKUP. Equal to XLOOKUP. Open bracket. Now instead of selecting one product, select all the product. What I want is, go select all the product, go to the product master, search all the product and post it straight away. So it's very easy. So select all the product code, without the heading, select all the product code. Control Shift down arrow, lookup value, select all the product code, comma. So what it will do is, it will take all the product code, go to the master and it will search all the product code and post it here. Then go to the product master. Here also select the entire product code. Here with the heading or without heading is your wish. Select the entire product code, comma, select the entire product name. Now the powerful feature of this lookup is, close bracket and enter. No, first thing is, no need to copy your formula, no error, and it's very faster also. Let me explain this, and I press enter or control enter. Yes, sorry, I didn't select the product name fully. I am doing it again. XLOOKUP, select the entire product code again, comma, go to the product master, select the entire product code column here, comma, select the entire product name column here. So the array should be even, G10 to G50, F10 to F50. Close bracket, enter or control enter. Yes. What has happened is, no need to copy the formula. Formula is automatically copied on the bottom. No errors. There is no error. And you can see one formula. You can see when I go to the bottom, actually there is no formulas here. No formulas here actually. When I see on the bottom, there is graded out. No formula. If I go there and click it also, you cannot see the formula. Formula is not there. Actually, formula is only on the very first cell. One formula, it has got all the result. One time it has gone to the product master and it has found all the product master at one time. Very faster, very efficient and very easier. So I recommend to do this XLOOKUP multiple output by writing one lookup, no errors, no dollars, very faster, very efficient and very simple also. Okay, done? Yes. Now, can you bring this three? I want the loan category and maybe the interest rate, maybe the branch location. Bring all the three without error, and it no need to copy on the bottom. So I want all the three. Bring all the three. Loan category, interest rate, and branch location. Bring all the three here. So all the three without error, without copying the formula. No errors, no need to copy the formula. We want all the result. If there is a error, really how to solve that error, we'll see it in the next session. Yes. When you come there, if you possibly zoom your screen and show me that. Yes. Possible just to use that Windows Plus and zoom it. Yes. Someone called me here. He is not even. Anything you want. Okay, right. Equal to X lookup, open bracket, select the loan product, comma, you cannot do all the three at a time, you have to do only once. There is an option of copying and pasting. I will explain that copying and pasting. Select this loan product code, comma, then here also, and as I indicated, be careful, you have to select the heading. If you are selecting the heading, both areas you have to select the heading. Select the loan product code with the heading. Here also I am selecting the product category with the heading. Close the bracket, or not required to close the bracket, you can press enter to accept it. We got the output. But no, because either this way array or this way array. Both cannot be an array. Here multiple or here row wise multiple. Here already it's row wise multiple. Column wise multiple is not possible. You can do either one. You cannot do both. I'll come. Just a minute, I'll come. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. So here, what is the challenge is, instead of rewriting the formula, can I copy it? For example, I want the interest rate. Interest rate is in column number n. So what I will do is very simple. Don't copy the formula from here. If you copy the formula from here, your rows and columns will get changed. So go to the formula bar here. Go to the formula bar. Formula bar. Copy that formula from the formula bar. Control C. Go to the formula bar. Select the formula. Control C. Escape. Come out of it. And click on this interest rate. Click on this interest rate. And go to the formula bar again. Paste it. Now tell me, what is the column number for interest rate? N. N. So N10 to N50. Enter. You will get the interest rate. And go to the branch. Paste it. Could you tell me what is the column name for branch? I. I10 to I50. You can rewrite the formula again, or you can just copy and paste that formula and change your column numbers, column names. This is another method. Instead of rewriting the formula, you can change your column numbers. Okay. Done? Right. What if there is an error really on my source? For example, let me take some product code. Let us take this PL001. Assume I am going to type some dummy product code, something like this. PL001. Instead of this, I am typing some other value, some dummy value. So this product code is not available on the master. It's really this product code is not available on the master. So it's showing something like NA, NA, NA. Not available, not available, not available. So I don't like this NA. Instead of that NA, can I give some other message? Yes. In old version of Excel, we have to use another function called as if error. But XLOOKUP is built with if here. XLOOKUP is built with if here. So what you do is, in the same XLOOKUP, the lookup value, the lookup array, the return array, before the bracket, just go before the bracket, comma, just go before, in the same XLOOKUP, just go before the bracket, put a comma, and say what is if not found. If this value is not found, what do you want to display here? I want to display some message called as no data. There is no data in the master. The data is not found or not available. Some message. But this no data, you cannot type it straight away since it's a alphabetical character. So what we have to do now, all the alphabetical characters should be double quotes. Put a double quotes and no data. Double quotes close. So just add something called as no data, double quotes close, enter. That's it. Go to the first cell and do it, because first cell only we have done the formula. Enter. Yes. So if the data is available, it will display the data. If the data is not available, it says no data. I repeat the process again. Go to the formula. Go to the last of this XLOOKUP before the bracket, comma, and what is your output. If there is data not available, so I'm giving a message called as no data. For the interest, it says 10.5, 11.75. Interest rate, it should be a 0. I don't want the output, I want a 0 as an output. Because when you do some calculation, there will be some problem if there is NA. So let us go to the last. Comma 0. Just put a 0. Comma 0. Just add comma 0. That's all. Because it's not a text. Text means you have to put a double quote. Since it's a number, no need for double quotes. Of course, if another XLOOKUP, another if you are. What is the shortcut key for editing a formula is F2. Using a mouse you can go here, but using the shortcut key you want to edit it means F2 is the shortcut key for editing the formula. F2, function F2. Now come to the last. No data. Sorry. I didn't close the double quotes. Yes. If the data is available, it will display the data. If the data is not available, it will display no data or 0. Okay. Yes. Next challenge is same sheet. You can see already application ID, application date, loan code and exception code. Now what are we going to do is, yesterday you have opened a file that is master. So please do open the same file called as master. Open the same file of master. When I open that master file, already yesterday we used this employee master, where we have the branch name. Based on this, you did some task yesterday. Now I have something called as exceptions. In exceptions, we have exception category, we have exception description, exception code, security level, department, resolution owner, SLA hour, status and root cause. We have some rows available. Here the challenge is the heading is on the left hand side, the data is on the right hand side. Heading is on the left, data is on the right. In old version, we have to use HLOOKUP, but latest version, you can use XLOOKUP itself. You can use XLOOKUP itself, but I want you to try this, writing the XLOOKUP function. What I want you all to try here is, yes, what I want you to try here is, I will show you the output. Yes. These three things I wanted, that is exception name, sorry, exception category, bring the exception category, department, and root cause, all the three. And but that is the challenge is, if there is a error, there is some error actually there is some error here. Some data there is not found. So if there is a error in the data, I want you to display not found in a red color. Conditional formatting also. You have to bring the column, 3 columns using XLOOKUP formula. After bringing all the 3 columns, if there is a error, display not found. That not found also should be in red. Conditional formatting. Yesterday you did that conditional format. Conditional formatting, highlight cell rules greater than or equal to. Here, if it is equal to not found, then put a red. So I want a red color if the data is not found. Only thing is the data is in row wise. Earlier the data is in column wise, now it's in row wise. Yes. Write a formula to display the 3 things. Exception category, department, root cause. If the data is not found, display not found, but that not found should be in the red color. Write one formula, copy and paste to it, or write 3 formulas, your wish. Red. Okay. Yes. How to do this? Equal to X lookup. The first input is the exception code. Select the entire exception code, comma. Go to the master sheet, which is our input is here. We have to select it by row wise. That's the only difference. Row wise. Exception code here. Without heading, without heading or with the heading is your wish. Comma. I think first one is your category. Select this exception category without the heading. Comma. I want to display a message called as not found. Close bracket. Enter or a control enter. Yes. We got this, but I don't know where is that not found. I want to highlight it in a red color. You tell me how can I apply this? I want to select the column. Wherever that's not found, I want to put a red. So what can I do now? Conditional formatting or press Ctrl Q. Here also you can see when I press Ctrl Q, text contain, duplicate, unique, equal. So there is a equal option available here. This also you can use it. Or home tab conditional formatting. I'll go to equal. Under equal, equal to what? Equal to not found. Text contains means it may in between, if there is not found also it will take it. This is exactly not found. Assume that if some other area there is Aadhaar card not found. Means it take that also. But I don't want it. I want it should be exactly not. Now, let me copy this. Could you tell me what is the row number for the next one? What is the next one? Department. What is the row number for department? Any idea? Row number for department? No. 14. So what I will do is here B14 instead of B10. Let us make it as 14. B14 to Q14. How can I get the same conditional formatting here also? Instead of redoing it, Select one cell where we did the condition. Here in this column, I already did the conditional formatting. I want the same conditional formatting for this column also. Control C, copy, and select this range. Control C, copy, and select this range. You know the shortcut key for pasting, Control V. Add one more key to that. Control Alt V is the shortcut key for paste special. Control V is for pasting. Control Alt V is for paste special. What I want to paste it, I want to paste the format. I want to paste the format. You can see there is an option available called as formats. Formats. Click on formats and I say OK. And you can notice that same conditional formatting is copied and pasted here. If you want to redo it, or you can redo it, or you can select the entire table and you can do it also, or you can copy and paste your formats. And one more tip I want to share, which is a common tips. Normally, assume that just I'm going to give a small example. Just to take an example, I'm copying this, just for example, I'm copying this exception code. Then I'm copying this loan code. First I copied the exception code. Then I copied the loan code. Now could you tell me if I paste, which will get pasted? The recent one. Last one will get pasted. But I want the exception code should be pasted. What can I do now? Once again, we have to recopy and paste it. Instead, what you do is on your keyboard, Windows V, and activate it. If it is already in my system, it's already activated. If it is not activated on your system, please activate that. It will turn on. First time it will ask you to turn on. Turn on that. So turn on it. You can see I already turned on. Whatever I copied from the morning, it's available on the list. So many things I copied from the morning. Everything is available on the list. So you can copy and paste anything. Not only the recent one. The past one also you can paste it. Windows V. Selected the column, Control Q. Here I went to this equal. Or you can go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules equal. Equal, Control Q, I gone to equal and I typed here as not found. Control Q. If you select only one column, you will get it. If you select multiple column, you will not get it. Select multiple column, multiple sheets, you will not get it. Copy, paste, special format. Okay. Please come to the exercise number 13. Exercise number 13, we have a small table where we can see name, loan amount, processing fee. For example, if a person is getting a loan between 0 to 1 lakh, processing fees is 0. 1 lakh to 2 lakh, 0.5. 2 lakh to 3 lakh, 1%. 3 lakhs to 5 lakh is 1.2. 5 lakhs to 7 lakh 50 is 1.5. 7 lakh 50 to 10 lakh is 1.75. 10 lakhs to 15 lakh is 2. 15 to 20 is 2.25. More than 25 lakhs is 2.50. Could you tell me what should be the processing fees for the first person, Balachandran? He has got the loan for 24 lakhs. 250. People who are all using the old version, or even still people are using it, if function. They will use so many complicated if. If greater than 1 lakh means what is the percentage, greater than 2 lakh means what is the percentage, greater than this. So many ifs has to be used. But you can do this using same X lookups. You can do this by same X lookup. Let us do it. Equal to X lookup. Equal to X lookup. Select the column where we have this loan amount, because that's my lookup value. Select the entire column of the loan amount, lookup value, comma, then select this loan amount. That's my lookup array. This is my lookup value. This is my lookup array, comma. What is your output? I want the processing fee as my output. So first is your lookup value, second is your lookup array, third one is your output array, return array, comma, if not found. Last session only we have seen this if not found. If the data is not found, I think 99% your data will be somewhere else, it will be found. Either it will be between 0 to 1 or 1 to 2 lakh, 2 to 3 lakh. If it is less than 0 only, then you will get an error. Because even if I say 1 crore or 2 crore, it falls above to 20 lakhs. So only if it is a negative value, it will throw an error. So if it is an error, what I want to do? If it is a negative value, there is no fee for it. So let us put a 0. If there is a error, I am going to put a 0. Or what we do is, if the error is display the error. So what you do is just skip that, just put another comma. I don't want to do anything if there is a error. Error means display, error itself means just leave empty. But better to put some error value. So I'll put a 0. So instead of NA, I don't like NA. So instead of NA, I'll put a 0, comma. Here we have 4 or 5 option. 0, exact match. -1, exact match with the next smaller item. Exact match with next larger item. Wildcard, we will see it in the later part. Regex, we will see it in the later part. Exact match with smaller. Whether your table is in smallest to largest. How is your table? Whether your table is in a smallest ascending order or whether your table is in a descending order. If your table is in an ascending order, it says next to smaller, next to smaller items. If it is in a descending order, you have to go for next to larger, largest to smallest. Largest to smallest means you have to go for 1. Smallest to largest means you have to go for -1. I think here it's smallest to largest. So let us put -1 here. That's it. Close bracket. Enter or control enter. That's all. We got a output 0.025, which is equal to 2.50. But could you tell me, I will explain the formula one more time. Before that, could you tell me how can I change this entire column into a percentage format? Control Shift 5. But unfortunately, this Control Shift 5 will round off your value. You can see 2.50, it's rounded off to 3. 2.25, it's rounded off to 2. So, I don't use Control Shift 5. Control 1, shortcut key for format cells. Go to percentage and the decimal places is 2. Yes, the decimal places should be 2. Now click on OK. That's all. Yes, we got a right result. I am repeating the entire process one more time. Equal to XLOOKUP. Select the loan amount, comma, master sheet. Select the input references, lookup array, comma, Processing piece is my output array, comma. If there is a error, 0, comma. How is your data? Smallest to largest or largest to smallest? Smallest to largest is -1, largest to smallest is 1. So it's smallest to largest, -1. Close bracket. No need for closing the bracket. If you close it also, no problem. Select the range, control 1, change it to percentage. Actually, to be open, the second column is not required. Even you can delete that second column also, no problem, nothing will happen. Your Excel will check only with this data. Only this data will get checked. 0 to, it will, if it is 0 to 1 lakh, it will go here. If it is 1 lakh to 2 lakh, it will go here. 2 lakh to 3 lakh, it will go here. This column is just for our reference, we used that column. That column is not required for us also. And only thing is your data should be either in ascending order or your data should be in descending order. It should be in order, some order, ascending or descending. Otherwise, you will not get this output. Okay? Simple, easier. Instead of complicated ifs, we can go for same XLOOKUP. So XLOOKUP has replaced if function also. VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, approximate, exact, dollars is not required, if error is not required. Everything has replaced with one function, that is XLOOKUP. Still it's not over, we have to see further more also. I'm saving the file. I believe we'll go for a timeout. Yes. Stopping the, pausing. Yes. So last session we have seen about the XLOOKUP. Now let us move on to the exercise number 14. In exercise number 14, we have application ID, we have application date, we have credit score. Now based on this, what are you going to do is, you can notice on the right hand side of the same sheet, some columns are hidden. After the column number A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O is hidden. So you can no shortcut key for it. Select that H and P, right click, unhide. Select that H and P, right click, unhide. There is some columns available, rows available, credit score, risk grade, approval priority. Now you are going to write a formula to display the risk grade like this. That's all, very simple. Write a formula to display the risk grade. So the data is available on the top. Yes, I'm coming. Write one formula to display the risk grade. Yes. Okay. Yes. Equal to X lookup. The input is your credit score. Select the entire credit score, comma, and I select this credit score on the row wise, comma, and we want the risk category also. Select the risk category, then comma 0. If it is not found within this, I think 99% will be found. If the credit score is less than 300, then there will be a problem. I think it will fit within that. So just I will put some message, or you can leave empty also. Leave empty. Then the last one is -1. Since the data is in a ascending order. If it is descending, you have to say 1. Ascending is -1. Close bracket. Enter or a control enter. Yes. We got the risk grade. Right. Now, same sheet. As of now, we have written a XLOOKUP. In XLOOKUP, what will happen is, yes, please. Based on one output, you can get multiple output. But here, assume that application ID is 1001, we can get output here. And if you have multiple application ID, suppose there is one bill number. In one bill number, we have multiple products. One invoice number, you have multiple products. Unfortunately, XLOOKUP will not work. Even VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, nothing will work. Getting one multiple output and multiple input. So go to the exercise number 14. Same exercise number 14. When I go to the right hand side of this, you can see there is something called as batch number. And we have customer name, loan product, portfolio type, collection mode, account, and collection amount. Yeah, collection amount and total value. Now, I want to get 25001 batch number. If I use XLOOKUP for 25550, it will get only the first product. But in 2555001, we have 3 products. Maybe in 2, we may have 4 products. In 3, I may have 2 products. Here, 4. So, it varies from batch numbers to batch numbers. So, if I type one batch number, I should get full details of this in some other area. So, next level of this lookup, I have multiple input. Lookup values only one means okay, but the lookup values multiple here. So there is no, we have a repetition of values. So we have repetition. So what I can do is, we are going to use another function. So let us write this function in some other area. Sometimes it will give you the heading, sometimes it may not give you the heading. Heading we'll do it later. In some other area in the same sheet or different sheet also. Even you can put it in some other sheet also. Equal to. The function name is filter. Equal to filter. Bracket open. Equal to filter, bracket open. Array. Array means the entire table. Select the entire table. Select the entire table. Control Shift right arrow. Control Shift down arrow. Select the entire table. So equal to filter. This is a new function available only in 365. Older version you may not get this function. Very simple but very powerful function. Equal to filter, open bracket, select the table, comma, include. It's asking for include. Which include I want to include is the column where I'm going to give a condition. That's a batch number. Batch number is the column for which I want the output. So select the column where we have the batch number. As I indicated, in array, if you have selected the heading, here also you have to select the heading. Select the batch number. Select the column where we have the batch number. I have selected the column where we have the batch number. Then, and which batch number you want. First, let me take this 2555001. I'm selecting the first one. 25001. So let me do that. So select the column where we have the batch number equal to. It should be equal to 25001. So I want to filter only the data, the entire table, comma, the range where we have the batch number is equal to, wherever the batch number is equal to 25001, I want the details of that batch number in some other area. Close bracket, enter or a control enter, yes. We got all the details of this batch number. So how many items are there in batch number? Who is the customer? What is the other thing? So it shows me the entire detail. But can I make it as more dynamic? Yes. I repeat it again. Equal to filter, bracket open, select the entire table again, comma, select the column where we have the batch number is equal to 25001. Yes. And as I told, heading, sometimes it will not give you the heading. Better to copy and paste this heading here. Heading, I am copying and pasting it here. But how can I make this more dynamic? Let us make this more dynamic. For example, in some other cell, I'll go to some other cell here and I'm going to type the batch number here. If I type the batch number 25551, it should display the 25551 details. If I type the 0002 or 3 or 4, based on the batch number, it automatically should display the details of that batch number. So what do we do is very simple. equal to filter open bracket select the array comma select the column is equal to instead of that batch number delete that batch number, select the cell where we have typed the batch number, select the cell where we have typed the batch number. That's it. Enter. So now let me change this. Instead of 1, let us change the batch number as 2. Yes, it shows the details of 2. The row number can be 4, row can be 5. So let me type 3. So let me type 4. Whatever I type based on that, you can see the values are changing automatically. Dynamically, your values are getting changed. Filter, open bracket, select the range, comma, select the column, equal to either type the batch number or refer that. Refer the cell where we have the batch number. Okay. With the help of this, using the same filter function, filter the details. Wherever the total value is more than 50,000, but it should be dynamic. Remember, it should be dynamic. Suppose in a cell, I'm typing 50,000. It shows only the details where we have 50,000. Suppose if I type 75,000, it should filter only the details wherever it's more than 75,000. So if I type 1 lakh, it should filter only the details of 1 lakhs. So based on whatever I type here, 50,000 means it should show all the values more than 50,000 on the bottom. If the total value, based on the total value, apply the filter based on the total value. If my total value is more than that, it should be, don't type it. Total value should not be typed. Total value should be referred. Yes. Refer it from some other cell. Please do refer it from some other cell. Don't type. Yes. Some other cell. I'll type the total value. In elsewhere cell, I'm putting the total value. Maybe 5,000, 50,000 equal to filter. Select the table, entire table, comma. Then how can I go to the up arrow and I want to select this range? Maybe this range. Total value range is greater than. It should be greater than. Greater than what? Select the cell where we have the total value. Where we have entered the total value. Greater than the total value. That's all. Yes. So whatever you type here, based on that you can see, suppose I put something like more than 1,50,000. Yes, it's changed. So based on whatever you enter, it will get changed. Okay, but now every time I cannot type like this. Now let me do some other time being. I'm just deleting this formula. Just for a time being, I'm deleting this. Or you can put it in some other sheet also. You can put it in some other sheet, some other file. Even you can insert a new sheet and you can do it on the new sheet also. For example, here, let me delete this. I'm just for time being, I'm deleting it. I don't recommend just to select it and delete it. If you want to delete a data, the best method to delete a data, what I did is not right one. So if you want to delete the data, the best way to go to the home tab and there is an option called as clear. Under clear, there is an option called as clear all. That's the best way to delete your entire data. Don't just press delete on your keyboard will not delete it permanently. So clear all is the best method for deleting it. Now what I want to do here is, for example, I want to display the customer name. Since it's a number, I'm very easily typing it. But customer name, I cannot type it like this. I have different types of customer names. So in some other cell, maybe here, I want to display the customer name. This is possible. Older version, you have to copy, paste, and you have to remove the duplicates. But latest version, place the cursor on this customer name, maybe somewhere else here. Now go to the tab called as data. Under the tab of data, next to the text to column, There is one more option available called as data validation. So go to the data. Below the data, there is a feature called as data validation. Either straight away click on the data validation or there is a arrow mark below the data validation. Both are same. Either click on the data validation or there is a arrow mark on the validation. Go to arrow mark of the validation, data validation. Data validation, data validation. Then we'll go for this settings. Under settings, it says allow any value, whole number, decimal number. You can give a condition. For example, in salary, I should accept only the number. That number should be a decimal. That part we can do it. But here, I want the customer name in a list. So click on the list here. Source. Click on the list and please ensure that in cell drop down is selected. This in cell drop down has to be selected. If it is not selected, please select it. Then go to the source. Under source, select the column where we have the customer name. Select only the column where we have the customer name. And what is this input message? Input message is like a tooltip. Whenever I place the cursor, suppose I'm placing the cursor on save button, it says this button is used for saving. Whenever I place the cursor on sorting, this button is used for sorting. Like this, whenever I place the cursor in the customer name, I should display some message. For example, I'm displaying a message. Select the customer name. Some message. I'm displaying some message. Third one, if the user is manually typing the customer name and is giving a wrong spelling, then I can give some invalid message here. Some message. For example, invalid input. Error message. So I'm giving an error message. Stop it. If user is manually typing, stop it and give a error message. And what is the title for the error message? For example, error message will be displayed in a box like this. So this box, the title is data validation. What is the title for that box? Your wish. Maybe I'll put something like customer name. Okay. Now what will happen if I say okay? Yes. When I go to that place where I did the data validation, you can see when I place the cursor here, it says the message called as select the customer name. It's giving the message. If I place the cursor here, it will give you the message, select the customer name. And if I click, there is a drop down where all the customer names are displayed in a drop down. All the customer names are displayed in a drop down here. So you can select any one of the customer names. But if you are trying to type here manually, someone is trying to type something manually and I press enter, immediately it will throw an error message, customer name invalid input. This is the message which we have given there. So retry, either they can select it, they can select only the customer name available on the list. Even you can type V, the first starting letter, and it shows Vignesh and velocity. First name, and you can click here. Now I believe it's very easy. Equal to filter. Select this table. Equal to filter. Select the table, comma. Select the column where we have the customer name. Equal to filter. Select the entire table, comma. Select the column where we have the customer name is equal to. Select the cell where we have got this data validation. Select the cell where we have given the data validation. That's it. Close bracket. Enter. Yes. Now I selected Southern Traders. So it's showing only the details of Southern Traders. Suppose I am going to change it. Instead of Southern Traders, I am going to change it to some other customer. If we change some other customer, it will show you only that customer details. Metro Mobiles. It shows only the details of metro mobiles. So whatever I select, based on that, it shows only that customer details. Okay? Yes. With the help of this, I want you all to try this in a drop down. Display the collection mode. If I select the collection mode, it should display the other details. For example, auto debit means if it is NEFT, it shows only the NEFT payment details. If I say UPI, it should show me only the details of UPI, but that UPI should be displayed in a drop down. Data validation. So put a data validation for a collection mode. Based on the collection mode, display the entire table. Same filter function. Same filter function. So based on the selection of the collection mode, display the details. Sir, collection mode. Okay. Yes. I hope you know how to do it. Most of us did this. First, what we have to do it in some other cell. Let me go to data validation, settings, list. Yes, please. Source. Under source, go to the collection mode and select only this. Input message and error alert is your wish. Okay. So we got a drop down. How can I select this drop down without using mouse? The shortcut key is Alt down arrow. Alt down arrow or Alt up arrow is the shortcut key for selecting the drop down without using mouse. Alt down or Alt up. You can select it like this, then say equal to filter, select the entire table, comma, select the column where we have that collection, comma, select the cell where we have that collection. Sorry, equal to select the cell where we have the collection. And we have one more option, that is if empty. That means if user is not selected anything here, then you can say a message as we did it for XLOOKUP. So I can put a message that there is no data. If empty, at last I can put some message called as if empty. If user is not selecting anything, they have just deleted, nothing is selected, it will say no data. If something is selected here, it will show you the output. If nothing is selected here, it will say no data. Okay. Exercise number 15. Exercise number 15. Come to the exercise number 15. We are going to see about what if analysis. Forecasting. Another very useful, very powerful feature. So we have did, I think from yesterday evening, we have seen only the lookup and we have seen a new function called as filter. So before moving on to this what if analysis, as of now, clear? Any question, doubts, queries on lookups, filters? But as I indicated, it will be very easy, very simple here. You have to practice it. If you are not practicing, I'm damn sure you'll forget the concept. So we have a small table available here, 15, where we can see there are number of application, and each application the processing fees is 1,000, and they are giving a waiver of 10%, and there is a formula available for total processing fees B2 into B3, that is B2 is number of application into processing fees. This is the processing fee, total processing fee, and they got some revenue out of it. What is the revenue is B5, total processing fees minus the fees. They are giving a waiver, they are giving a discount of 10%. If they give the 10% of waiver, what is the revenue they can get? So this is the revenue. Let me change this to a currency format. Could you tell me how can I change this to currency format? Control 1, or straight away we have a shortcut key for currency format. Control Shift 4. Yes. I think we have 4,50,000 as my profit. Now, we are going to use a what if analysis, forecasting. Assume I want more profit. Assume I want a profit of 4 lakh, just an example. I want a profit of 4,80,000. I want more profit. Then I have to reduce my discount. So I have to reduce the discount, or I have to increase my processing fee. If I increase the processing fee, I may get 4,80,000. Or if I reduce the discount, I may get a profit of 4,80,000. You have to decide. For example, I want to reduce the fees, that is discount, waiver. So if I want 4 lakh 80,000 as a profit, what is the discount I can give? I want 4 lakh 80 as a profit. What will be your discount? What if it is 4 lakh 80, what is your discount? So place the cursor on the cell where we have this revenue. Place the cursor on the cell where we have that revenue. Go to the tab called as data. Go to the tab of data. Under the tab of data, there is a separate group available called as forecast. Under the forecast, there is a separate command button called as what if analysis. Go to the data tab. Under data tab, click on this what if analysis. Data, what if analysis. Click on the what if analysis. 3 option: scenario manager, goal seek, data table. Let us go for goal seek now. I'm clicking on goal seek. Click on goal seek. Set cell. Set cell is the cell where we have the revenue. So because I want the output for the revenue, I want the set cell is a revenue cell. To value. To value means what is the value you are expecting here? 4 lakh 80. 4 lakh 80,000. So I want profit, I want the revenue of 4 lakh 80. By changing cell, you want to change. So I want to change the maybe the fee waiver. That is our discount value. That's it. So in B6, if there is 4 lakh 80 in B6, what will be there in discount, fees waiver? What will be the waiver for it? So just to say OK, and it has calculated, and it says if I give 4% of fees waiver, then you may get 4 lakh 80 as your profit. What if? So if you are okay with the result, just click on OK. If you are not okay, if you are not satisfied with the result, you can click on cancel. So click on cancel. Just to try this. I want 5 lakh as the revenue. Tell me what could be the processing fee. Can you tell me that? It's not your task. I want you to try. I want 5 lakh as my revenue. What will be my processing fee? 1,042. No. I cancelled that 4%. 4 ones. I don't know. It should be correct. I don't know. You have to tell me. If all are getting all are getting same value, it should be correct. Done. Sorry. Yes. Tell me, how can I do this? Place the cursor here, then what if analysis, goal seek, to value. What is the value is 5 lakhs. By changing cell, which cell? Processing fee. That's it. Say OK. Yes. 1,111. If you are giving 1,111 as a processing fee, then you will get the profit of 5 lakh. Just like that, you cannot fix anything. The sales price, purchase price, everything you cannot. Just like that, you have to fix it. You have to give this what if analysis. Using the what if analysis only, you can fix your prices, cost, salary. sales, everything has to be fixed based on this what if analysis. Just like that, you are purchasing, selling, you have to use this formula. Now I am cancelling it. One input, one output, this is okay. Now my head or someone is asking, what will be my profit if I give a discount of 1%? What will be the profit if I give a discount of 2%? What will be the profit if I give the discount of 3, 4, 5? Maybe various discount, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A multiple discount, what will be my revenue? If I give 1 as a fees waiver, what will be my profit? 2 as a fees waiver, what will be my profit? So place the cursor on this fees waiver cell, because based on this only we are going to calculate the revenue. So place the cursor on the fees waiver. Go to the tab called as data. Go to the tab of data. What if analysis? Go to the tab of data. What if analysis? Based on multiple scenario, I want the revenue to be calculated. So go to what if analysis. Scenario manager. Go to what if analysis. Click on scenario manager. Add. We are going to add a new scenario. Let me add a new scenario. Add. And what could be the name of that scenario? Your wish. You can give any name. It's a variable. You can give any name as per your wish. A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, anything. Maybe since it's a fee waiver, let us say fee F1. I'm just giving it as F1. It's a variable. You can give any name as per your wish. So I said F1, okay. And what is the waiver for that F1 is 1%. 1%. Either say 1% or 0.001. So I put it as 1%. So because for the first scenario, I want to check it for 1%. So I'm just displaying 1. F1 is 1. Add. Now I'm adding another thing, F2. Okay, for F2, what is your fees waiver is 2%. Add F3, maybe I'll add another 2 or 3. F, let us say 3%, maybe another 2. Add F4, it's not required here to 1, 2, 3. You can give 2, 4, 6, 8, your wish. So I'm saying 4%. Why I'm using percentage? Because that cell is in a percentage format. If the cell is in a number format, you have to go with the number. Suppose if you want to check with the processing fees, 1000, 1100, 1200 means you can just type 1000, 1100. Since the cell is in a percentage, that's why I'm giving it as percentage here. Add. So F5, maybe the last one, F5. So I'll add one more, that is F5. What is it? Say okay, 5%. So I added 5 scenarios. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 scenarios. I added 5 scenarios. You can add furthermore also. I think restricted with maximum of 255. If I'm going beyond 255, it will slow down your system speed. So try to have maximum of 255. Now I added only 5. Then say okay. So the 5 scenarios has been added, F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. Assume now I want to check it for F1. I want to check it for F1. Double click on that F1. When I make a double click, yes. It says here, if I'm giving 1%, what will be my revenue? Same thing, double click on F2, 2%, what is my revenue? Double click on F3, 3%. Double click on F4, double click on F5. But I'm not satisfied with this. Yes, it's okay. It's giving the right result. I have created 5 scenarios. Okay. Suppose if I created another 5 scenarios, 10 or 20 scenarios, I cannot make a double click, double click, double click, double click and show everything. Or one more is you can click and you can click on the show button. Click and click on the show button also. But I'm not satisfied with this. Double clicking and seeing one by one, I'm not satisfied. So what I will do is click on summary. Click on summary. I want a summary report for it. Summary. Click on that summary report. Click on summary. and it's asking summary or scenario pivot table. So pivot table probably we'll see it in another few minutes. Now let us go for scenario summary report. I select scenario summary and result cell, the cell where we have the revenue. The cell where we have the revenue has to be selected. I think it's automatically selected. If it is not selected, please select it. I think revenue is automatically getting selected. Now I say OK here. I'm clicking on OK. That's it. On a new sheet, you will get the report separately. So 1%, what is your revenue? 2%, what is your revenue? 3%, what is your revenue? 4%, what is your revenue? 5%, what is your revenue? Got a separate report here. So either you can check one by one just by making a double click, or you can get a separate report. Okay. Next we'll see multiples. And I recommend not to create many scenarios like this. It may slow down your system speed. Don't create many scenarios. Avoid creating many scenarios. Try to create 2 or 3. That is, I am saying the scenario summary. Scenarios is 255. I am saying the scenario sheet. It may slow down your system speed. So time being, I am deleting it. What we did is place the cursor on the fees waiver, data, what if analysis, scenario manager, add. Suppose I'm adding another one, F6, okay, 6%, add, I'm adding one more F7, okay, 7%, okay. So I added 6 or 7 scenarios. If you want to check one by one, double click and check it. Or if you want a separate report, summary, scenario summary, result cell is the cell where we have the revenue, and simply say OK. That's all. On a separate sheet, you will get that report. Okay. Yes. Let us move on to the same 15 exercise. Manually, we have created a small table, number of application. For example, if the application is 50, 100, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500. And if the fees waiver is 1%, 2%, 10%. So now we are going to fill this matrix. If the number of application is 50 and fees waiver is 1, what could be my revenue? If the number of application is 50 and fees waiver is 1%, what is my revenue? Same for 100, 1%, 200, 1%, 250, 1%. But we are not going to do it. Excel will do it. Two things you have to remember. Two things you have to do. One is where the rows and columns are meeting. And this is the area where the rows and columns are meeting. In this area, either rewrite the same formula again. Either rewrite the same formula or refer the formula. I think referring is easier. So let me refer the formula. So, or you can rewrite it, whatever the formula available, equal to B5 minus B4 into B5. Either rewrite the formula or refer the formula. So I am referring the formula. Equal to, I am selecting the cell and I am referring the formula. That's easier instead of rewriting it again. So refer the formula. So I referred the formula. Now tell me, I have two criteria here. One is number of application, second one is fees waiver. Can you tell me out of these two, which is in row wise, which is in column wise? Which data is in row wise, which data is in column wise? Number of application is in columns. Fees waiver is in rows. Are you sure? Are you sure? Which is rows, which is columns? A, B, C, D are all columns. 1, 2, 3 are all rows. Piece waiver is in column number C. Correct? This is in column wise. This is column wise. This is row wise. Left to right is row. Top to bottom is column. You said it in ulta, reverse. So I think fees waiver is in column C. Number of application is in row number 8. If I go, yesterday you filled it top to bottom 1 to 5,000 date. Top to bottom, if you want to fill home tab, you used fill series. If you want to fill it from top to bottom, what we selected here is columns, because I want it from top to bottom. If you want it from left to right, then we will go for rows. So if you want it like this, then rows. So please understand which is rows and which is columns. I think fees waiver is in column C and number of application is row 8. Correct? Clear? Clear on this, which is rows, which is columns. Because based on this, you are going to do some activity next. Now understand which is rows, which is columns. Now select the entire table. Please select the entire table. Select the entire table. Data. Select the entire table. Data. What if analysis? Select the entire table. Data. What if analysis? Data table. Only one option is available, data table. So let us go to the data table. Row input, column input. Once again I'm asking which is in rows. Number of application. So row input, we have number of application. So select the cell where we have the number of application, because that is in row wise. So select the cell because this formula will be replaced with this. So this will get replaced with this. So because this data is in row wise. So select the number of application because that's in row wise. Next, column input, which is in column wise, fee waiver. So let us select that fee waiver here because that is in column wise. That's all. That's all. Just to say, okay, Excel will generate the output for us. It automatically gives me the output. No formula, no function. It has filled the matrix automatically. How can I verify whether my answer is right? Number of application is 500, fees waiver is 7%. Number of application is 500 and fees waiver is 7%. 4,60,000. 4,60,000. Perfect. It's correct. It's matching. You should understand which is columns and which is rows. If you understand this, this concept is very easy, very simple. Done? Manually, I can say it's very tough or impossible. Clear? Still confusion in rows and columns? Okay. It's not your task. Next exercise you are going to do some task, but I want you to try this. Same sheet. After the row number 27, after row number 27, there is 39. Select this 27 to 39. We have a shortcut key for this. Please note down the shortcut key. Either select 27 to 39, right click and you can go for unhide, or you can use the shortcut key. Control 9 is the shortcut key for hiding the rows. If you want to hide the rows, Control 9. If you want to unhide the rows, then Control Shift 9. Control Shift 9 is for unhiding the rows. Control 9 is for hiding. Control Shift 9 is for unhiding. Let me try this. Control 9 hide, Control Shift 9 unhide. So I am selecting this 27 to 39. Control Shift 9 unhide. Control 9 hide. Control 9 will hide the row. Control Shift 9 will unhide the row. Can you fill this table? I think it's not your task, but I want you to try. Can you fill this table? To understand whether you have understood the rows and columns. I told you no task. It's not your task. No score. Yes. Tell me, how can I do this? Equal to, what is the first step? Select the cell where revenue. Select the table. Then what if analysis? Data table. Row input, which is my row input here? Processing fee. Column input, number of applications. That's it. Okay. Yes. So if the processing fees is 800, number of application is 50, this should be your revenue. As I indicated, manually it's impossible to create a report like this. But very simply, very easily, we have created this using what if forecasting. Exercise number 16. We have a loan amount, number of months, interest rate. Assume if a person is getting a loan of 1 lakh, I think nowadays no one is getting a loan for 1 lakh, but still this is an example. 1 lakh of loan, they are paying the loan by 12 months and the interest rate is 10%. Now we are going to find what could be the interest is already there. EMI, equated monthly installment. To calculate the EMI, we have a specific function available in Excel called as equal to PMT. Calculates the payments for a loan based on the constant payment and constant interest rate. Equal to PMT bracket open rate of interest. It's asking for the rate of interest. The rate of, select the cell where we have the rate of interest, but the rate of interest will be always per annum. Everywhere, whenever in the bank or loan, if they are saying rate of interest is this will be for per annum. How can I make it as per month? Divided by 12. Very good. So B3 divided by 12, because I want EMI. If you are paying every year, for example, insurance, every year you are paying means don't divide it by 12. So B3 divided by 12, comma, NPER. What is that? NPER is number of periods. Select that number of months. That's my number of periods. How many months we are going to pay? Comma. PV is your present value or your principal value. So the principal or present value is my loan amount. FE is future value. Including the interest, what could be your future value? That we'll see it in the next part. Now let me close the bracket. That's all. It will give you the answer in negative because every month you have to pay this. So it will show you in a negative. So I think 8,791.59 will be your EMI. If you are getting a loan of 1 lakh and 10% of interest, 12 months is your payment mode, then the loan EMI will be 8791.59. Okay. Could you tell me how can I convert this negative into a positive value? Two things. One is you can just add a minus before this. Minus into minus will be plus. But if it is a negative, it will turn into positive. But if it is a positive, it will turn into negative. So I recommend not to use minus. Instead, specifically, there is a function available called as ABS, which will convert your data into an absolute number. Even if it's a negative, it will convert into positive. Positive will be a positive. Positive will not be negative. So always the value will be turned into a positive values. ABS, open bracket, then that PMT function, then close bracket. Equal to ABS, open bracket, then PMT, then select it, then close the bracket. Okay. No, if rate is per year, then don't divide it by 12. So the interest rate is per annum, but here I want EMI, monthly installment, that's why I am dividing it by 12. If you are going to pay every year, don't divide it by 12. Then it's not EMI. EMI is monthly installment. I think most of the EMI, we call it as EMI every month only. Are you paying it by yearly? No bank will allow to pay it by yearly. Takes so many years to pay. Maybe insurance we can pay yearly, 6 months once. Yeah, can you try this? Try. It's not your talk. Can you try this? Yes, please. Find the loan amount if the EMI is 7.5. I can pay only 7.5 as my EMI. I cannot pay 8,007 something. I can pay only 7,500 as my EMI. What could be the loan amount? What is the loan I can get? The same, then it should be 3,003. What is the loan amount if EMI is 7.5? I can pay only 7.5 per year, per month. What is the loan I can get? 85,000. Yes. All are getting 85,000, so it should be correct. Goal seek. Yes. Tell me, how can I do this? place the cursor on this EMI, then what if analysis, goal seek, set cell is the cell where we have that EMI amount to value 75 by changing cell, which cell? Loan amount. Okay. So if I am able to pay only 75 per year per month, I can get only the loan of 85,308.81. So we will get only the loan for 85,000 if I am able to pay only 75 per year per month. Sorry. If you want to accept, you can say okay. If you don't want to accept, you can say cancel. So I am cancelling it. Now what are you going to do here is create a scenario summary report. So I want you to create a scenario summary report like this. Scenario summary report for 6 scenarios. If the month is 12, what should be my EMI? If the month is 24, what will be my EMI? If the month is 36, what is my EMI? 48, 60. So if the month is 12, 24, 36, 48, what should be the EMI? I want the output in summers. My output should be like this. So I have shown the output here. The question is on the bottom. Output is on the top. Create a separate scenario report. Last session you did it. 1%, what is my revenue? 2%, what is my revenue? 3%, what is my revenue? Like create 5 scenarios. 12 months, 24 months, 36 months, 48 months and 60 months. 12 months, what's EMI? 24, what's EMI? 36, what is your EMI? 48, what is your EMI? 60. Based on 5 scenarios, what is your EMI? Page 75. Not 75, actually EMI is 8. Answer? All are negatives. You can convert it as positive. All are zero, no EMIs. All are negatives. Okay. Yes. Place the cursor on number of months. What if analysis? Scenario manager. Add. Maybe the month one. I will say M1. Okay. M1 is 12 months. Let it be 12. Add. M2. Okay. 24 months. Add. M3. Okay. 36 months. Add. M4. Okay. 48 months. Add. M5. Okay. 60 months. So I added 5 scenarios. Now I want to see a report in a separate sheet. Summary. And please do remember that your result cell should be the cell where we have EMI. Someone has selected the wrong cell, you will get a wrong output. The cell where we have EMI. Okay. Yes. On a separate sheet, you will get, as I told you, if you are creating more scenarios, it may slow down your speed. So 12 months, what's your EMI? 24, 36, 48. Yes. Check whether your formula is there, whether you have written the right formula. If there is no formula, then you may get the same value also. If the formula is turned into a value, then you will get the same value. Just check whether the formula is correct. The PMT function. Check whether the PMT function is right. Function has gone, then you will get the same value. But there is no formula, you get the same value. Follow the same time. Yes, done. You need my support or got it? Century. Yesterday and today put together. Yesterday what is the score? Today, how many sixes? 36. 36. One or two. Oh, just now you got the century. For a century. One or two. So another 73 runs. Who is in 60s yesterday? I think today? That place is good. Yesterday he was here. Okay. Now maybe the last exercise in this what if analysis is. Of course, you have to create a data table. You have to create a data table. I want the output should be like this. Create a data table for the loan amount. So I will put the question here. The question is here and the answer is on the bottom. So create a data table. Your loan amount starts from 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 4 lakh till 18. It should be till 18 lakhs. And number of months should be 12, 24, 36 till 180. So starting from 1 lakh till 18 lakhs and number of months should be 12, 24, 36. It should increase by 12 ending with 180 should be my loan amount. 12 months 1 lakh, 24 months 1 lakh. Like this, your table has to be created. It's not required. The month should be in rows and columns, and number of loan amount should be in columns. You can change this. This is an example. You can put loan in rows and columns, or you can put the number of month in rows and columns. That's your wish, but I want the output. So I want the output similar to this. Starting from 1 to 18 lakhs. 1 lakh to 18 lakhs. 1 lakh till 18 lakhs. 12 months till 180 months. Anything can be in rows, anything can be in columns. It's not required. It should be similar to this. 180 lakhs. Sorry, 1 lakh 80. Not 180. 1 lakh 80. 18 lakhs, sorry. 18 lakhs. Starting from 1 till 18 lakhs. Stopped at 120. I want till 180. Should be 180. I stopped at 120, right? Number of months is 180. No, more than 80. Sir. Yes, no, I Okay. Yes. First, let me put this 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh. Maybe I'll put 2 lakhs here. You can use fill series or you can drag it till the bottom. 18 lakhs. Then 12, 24. Copy this till the end. How many months is 180? So we have created a rows and columns. Then we have to refer the formula. Select the cell where we have the formula. Then select the entire table. Data. What if analysis. Data table. Row input, which is in rows, is number of months. Column input is loan amount. That's all. Got the output. I don't know, some people are getting the, instead of formula, they are getting a value. I don't know how it's changing. Normally it will change based on some formula. Sorry, based on the shortcut key. Control C. If you want to change the formula into a value, if you want to change a formula into value, Control C, Control Shift V. Control C and Control Shift V is the shortcut key for converting a formula into a value. If you want to convert a formula into value, Control C and Control Shift V. But here I don't recommend. Sometimes I have seen unknowingly you are doing it, it's changing your value formula into a value. So Control C, Control Shift V is the shortcut key for converting your formulas into value. And one more thing in this data table, unfortunately you cannot select one cell and you cannot delete. You can see it's throwing an error. Cannot change the part of the table. If you don't want the data, no other go, you have to select the entire table like this. Then press delete, it will get deleted. Otherwise it will not get deleted. If you are deleting any one, that's impossible. You cannot do it. So you have to select the entire table, then press delete, it will get deleted. Okay? Actually, we should have started this before, after the tea break at least, but a bit late. This is a very vast concept. We'll start with the introduction. Maybe after the lunch break, we'll see in depth of this. Exercise number 17. Yes, please. Shall we move on? Yes. We'll start with this exercise. We cannot complete it. We'll start with this. The next important concept, maybe next 3-4 hours, we are going to spend time on this region. Please. I don't know, from yesterday till now, you have learned so many concepts. Shall we move on? I'm discussing within yourself. Shall we go ahead? Yes. So, the most important concept from yesterday, you have learned so many concepts. I don't know how many are going to use all the concept. Even my answer is no. No one is going to use all the concept which we have learned from yesterday. But from today, I want everyone to start using this concept. Creating a report using a feature called as pivot. I don't know how many of you have used pivot. Any idea based on how many tables can we create a pivot? Based on how many tables can we create a pivot? Any idea? Have you ever used it? Any number of tables? No. You can create a report based on only one table. If you want to create a report based on multiple tables, then we have to use one more tool called as Power Pivot. And Excel cannot handle a very big data. Excel can handle only a small data. If more than 1 lakh, Excel will not handle it. So it will slow down your speed. If you handle a bigger data, you have to clean up the data, you have to transform the data, you have to convert the data into a proper one. Then we have another powerful tool called as Power Query. And to make a dashboard, we had a tool called as Power View. Combination of all these 4 tools put together, now Microsoft has created a new tool, maybe 10 years before, called as Power BI. Any idea what is meant by BI? Business intelligence. If you want to go to the next level, I think more corporates are started using Power BI. They have came out of Excel. More people have started using Power BI nowadays. Even you have to switch on to Power BI. Even in colleges, I think most of the colleges, MBAs, I'm handling Power BI as a specific session. So Power BI has become part of curriculum nowadays. So this is a very, very, very important concept. If you want to go to BI, you have to start with pivot. You have to start with pivot. Yes, please. I need your attention. If you have any question, don't discuss within yourself. Ask me. I can repeat it any number of times. Yes. Come to the exercise number 17. Based on this, I am going to create a report. Before creating a report, 3 important conditions. Please note down the 3 important conditions. Maybe you can add 4, but basic is 3 important conditions. One is no merged cells in between. You should not have any merged cells in between. Condition number 1. Condition number 2. Your table should have a heading. Condition number 3. Heading should be unique. Could you tell me what is the meaning for that? What is the meaning the heading should be unique? No repetition of your headings. 4th condition, maybe the latest version, the 4th condition. Old version, it's not required. Old version, you cannot use array. Latest version, you can use the array, right? Last session, we got an array, 3 or 4 columns at a time, multiple sheets at a time. So, no array function no array function. These are all the four important conditions before creating a pivot. So array is multiple output. Yesterday or today we did it XLOOKUP, multiple columns. Yesterday I think we did it multiple columns in one formula. We are getting the designation, department, salary in one formula. If you have that, then this Excel will not, then this report cannot be created in pivot. So if you have array, remove that array. Four conditions. But how can I check the four conditions? If we go to this table, how do we check whether my column is merged, whether my table is having the heading, whether the heading is repeated or not? We have a specific tool for it. Once again, I am requesting, please don't discuss within yourself. If you have any question, ask me, because my voice is clashing in between. Please, if you have any question, ask me. I can repeat it. Please do not discuss within yourself, because we are going to see a very important concepts. So, to check whether my column is merged or not, to check whether heading is right, whether my data performance is very good, we have a specific tool available. So based on the specific tool, we check whether my data is clean. After that, if that is not clean, we'll clean the data, then we'll create a report based on this data. Next, literally 2-3 hours, we are going to spend more time on this pivot. This is the most important concept. 17, 18, 90, 20. All these four exercise, we are going to see one concept. So I need your cooperation more on this. Anyway, last 1.5 days you have cooperated. Same thing I want it in the next session, because we have to complete it before this. At least the 21, 22 is about chart. If you are not completing the chart, is very simple. If you are not able to complete the chart, also fine. But I want you to complete all this concept in pivot with all your cooperation, right? So let us see how to create it. We have to clean up the data. We have to check the performance. Then we have to create a report. Okay, so as of now, I'm holding this. I'm parking this, because if I start, it has to be completed. It has to be completed. I don't want to stop in between. So as of now, please do save this file. Go for a break for the lunch, and I'll minimize this file and I save this file. I'm stopping the video recording now.